Hi. Like my new hat, the lionfish. Come on. I found it. I'm cleaning out this barn here, nearly done, and you find various treasures. So, well, okay. I promised I would be back with some dates, and it's sometimes you kind of play with the idea that, oh, maybe there's something to astrology. Mercury is retrograde, so things are a little bit askew all the time. Where was my wrench? I just put it there. Wow, the car seems to be going in reverse. all that kind of stuff is very typical. So yeah, I was out recording a video yesterday, and whoop, and I had notes. I came home, got it, I put it away. But now I think I remember it in my head. So I told you it was not a big deal anyway. But the dates you want to watch were 3rd to 4th of May. We have Mercury is in direct line with the Earth and the Sun. No new moon passing, not for a long time, but we might feel a jolt of weather. And then really the only thing to watch out for is around the 27th of August, I think. No, September. Yep, September. Then we have what you call it, Saturn, way out there in line with the Earth and Sun. Still no new moon passing, but actually there you can. I think everything is going to be pretty bland this year, to be honest, notwithstanding weather warfare, and I told you in the last video what to look for. I'm sure we could go into a whole lot more detail there, but I don't know where that's going to lead. Let's focus on the weather we know, and if there comes such an occasion that we're going to look at something, we'll do it with an open mind. Okay. So really just those two times to look for. As I'm saying, 3rd to 4th of May, and the 27th to but maybe into the 3rd of October. Also from September 27th to into beginning of October. Weather might be hitting us from Saturn, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know what else I could. Yeah, I want to add a few things actually. More about the general lay of the weather in general is that with all the snow melt, what have it, 21st of April today. I mean, we can minute from minute you can see how the snow just evaporates. So I think there might be a very good. You might see a lot of gnats, mosquitoes, and such like at the beginning. That was very typical, but maybe a bit more than normal because with all this great weather we're expecting, sun and such, there's still going to be quite a lot of humidity in there. So I think that is a good breeding ground for such. And also for plants, so that's a good thing. As we can see the snow, almost see the snow disappearing, like just by looking at it. Just a few miles further south and a bit lower, I think around 150 meters above sea level, snow is gone, and people can see plants growing. So the season is upon us, and as also earlier stated, apart from May and the May freeze, it's looking good. Get your seeds in the ground. That's something as an advice I need to heed also. Reports are coming in from other places, and I don't discount them. Is that next up, the food supply will be under attack, which has already been happening now since the beginning of COVID. The thing is, the food will be, sorry to say it, weaponized. A lot of the gunk they put in the shots, and I think mainly the graphene, because it's they got this idea that oh yeah, we put graphene in everything. It's like, it might not be 20 years ago it put Roundup on everything, and now it's coming home to roost. So when they get an idea and want you to act on it without asking any big follow-up questions, run for your life. They're trying to get you. That's what I'm saying. I naturally that's what you would do if it didn't come with a nice government badge. If somebody was trying to pull the wool over your eyes, you would call them out on it. Somehow when there's some official title to it, for many people, not all, they just cannot help themselves from being just so gullible. I need to censor myself. If you had known me since I was a kid, you would clearly recognize I'm not changed very much in so many ways. Well, that's far away from the topic of weather, but you're gonna have a good growing season this year, and I recommend that you take advantage of it. We all need. And wow, yeah. Here's the terrain we're walking in. Look, the water has been up here. What typically has happened with all the snow that came down, and sometimes it would turn into ice, really solid ice, and sometimes not. It would kind of clog up the river, and then suddenly, after some time, water does its thing. It continues, is always pushing, and the dam breaks. Not the dam, but the ice. The water seeps into every cranny and nook, and wants to lift the ice, and then suddenly it comes bursting out, and then you have down the river here the small ice and snow flows, and it just clogs up further down the river, and then it makes this, so it comes very high, and you see. So all right, I got to get back to do my thing. For your information, perhaps next time it'll be a very different location and maybe a bit surprising. I don't know. I'm not going to promise too much, but there's some change ahead. So probably, yeah. Just having some, yeah. Looking forward to what's coming up next. That's all I'm saying. Apart from that, no. I think we got the most important things out of the weather. You got the general lay of the land on the weather from the last video. Your typical April and May, with a little bit of freeze at the beginning of May and a little bit of weather, maybe a little bit of drizzle, but in June not so much drizzle, if anything at all. If you are in a dry area, things will be very parched this summer. But I think for the majority of you watching this, wherever you live in the northern hemisphere, there was so much coming down from above this winter that we're gonna have a really good water coming down from the mountains all through the summer. I think, I mean, really up high in the mountains, if it gets time to disappear, I think you're gonna see some of this winter snow still lingering around into August, which is global warming that like. But yeah, you cannot tell them anything, so I'm not gonna go there. Well, that's all. August, I'll start do it properly. June, great weather. July, also really nice weather. Go get out, do your thing. And in August, I expect, as at the beginning of the hurricane season, a big jolt of it coming down from above. And then with decreasing amounts of rain throughout August, but it's going to be a wet month overall. And at the late of August, while we're not engulfed in anything coming in from space, we have Saturn going in alignment with us and the Sun, and that's going to cause some weather, but I don't think so much because of the other conditions I'm enumerating here. So in September then, that kind of style of weather, late August into September. Wow, where do I go? Go over there. Oh, yeah. And there, and there, and there. Hop. In September, then maybe a week in, still in the hurricane season, then there's going to be quite significant weather system coming in, so that might actually do some damage, and I reckon so. That could actually be that could maybe be around the same. The August system is not going to be lasting for many days, but it's going to have a lot of rain. This in September is going to have a lot of rain, like in the middle from. I don't think the first week, but somewhere in the beginning of the second week, and all through the week. Maybe a bit longer, kind of hard to tell. And after that, like 3-4 days after that has packed and gone, you will have a smaller one. That's just part of life. Weather, and I don't have to go there, but just a heads up also. In late October, I think the 30th, we have an alignment with Jupiter, but it's a long way off, and that's going to be around the time I we'll do we've probably already done the winter survey. So as we get closer to that, we will talk about that. So, well, till next time, so long.